attention for there, but I've been adjusting the derailleurs and all the adjustments on the bike since it's still fairly new. But I just realized the handlebar can't be raised. It's a set low height, so that means I cannot adjust the handlebars up to a comfortable position, which is really annoying. Now I'm wishing I hadn't bought this bike. But it is what it is. I think on my last ride a couple of days ago, I mentioned 42.5 pounds. I am now over 43 pounds down. I am about a pound away from my weight from when I got married years ago. How you doing? A jogger. She's talking on the phone. I saw her earlier when I was walking the dog. But this seat is not comfortable. No padding, so no handlebar raising and seat. And I'm really wishing I had spent the extra money on a more expensive bike, because this cannot be adjusted. Got a guy with a phone up to his ear heading towards me in the middle of the street on his car. Need to pay more attention. Let's see, somebody left a comment. Oh, I apologize, I missed it. I saw live chat. Good stuff. Sorry. Greg Miller. Background noise is something. Yes, you know, I didn't have this problem when I used to do this, so I will lean forward and hope for the best. That's probably why people got annoyed with me a few days ago. But I never used to have this issue, so I will talk louder and feel like an idiot while riding my bike. So as mentioned, I am now over 43 pounds down. I am a pound away from my weight I was when the day I got married, which was just over 10 years ago. And my minimum goal, is to get to the weight I was when I met my future bride, which is another 15 pounds. I'd like to lose a little more than that because I feel it's necessary. Now I'm adding exercise, a little bit of exercise to my regimen, which hopefully means that, you know, as I build muscle weight, fat. So I remember being 185 and benching 280. So I would say that weight only matters so much. I remember being 132 pounds. I remember being 145 pounds, and I remember being 167 pounds. I would say 167 is my ideal weight, with 185 being a top side if I'm lifting weights every day or 6 days a week, as I was. So, anyway, seat's very uncomfortable. So, I was talking about last time was I haven't been doing a lot of videos because I've adjusted a lot of things. I'm still using the air fryer. I'm still going to be posting a ton of videos soon. I got like 10 videos I haven't had time to edit. Just various videos, from food to work, woodworking, I should say. It takes a day to do an entire 1 hour shot, you know, between all the work, eating, walking the dog, spending time with my daughter, all that happy stuff. So in other news, Facebook again. I got a strike against me for some unknown reason. Those of you who've been following me for a while may know that my previous Facebook page was shut down for some reason. They wouldn't tell me why. All I was posting was my own content, and it just happened again. So I don't know if someone's out to get me, but they're saying I'm posting content that's not my own, or something ridiculous like that. I don't know what the heck is up with that. So, as much as I don't want to, I am going to have to have a contingency plan and start back up the Facebook page, and then have to go with people signing up again. I never recovered from the first time with these subscribers, and now it's going to get even worse, and I think I'm going to have to go to a completely private page, which means that right now you don't have to join my page to see my content, but I think I'm going to have to go to a member base, because the difference is if someone reports you and you're just public, you don't know who did it. However, if they report you and they're a member of your page, you know exactly who did it. A friend of mine has the same issue. You know, they don't follow the rules, and they don't like you for one reason or another. Who knows? So, anyway, it's my second bike ride today, and second time bike riding this year. I did earlier this week. This bike's got so many gears, it's really tough to adjust the derailleur on this thing. And I wonder if I tilt this camera down, if it'll pick up less road noise. No. Well, I think part of the issue is the camera used to sit higher up. They are globalists like Soros. You know, I really wish it wouldn't have the text disappear on me. I'd rather be reading it. It doesn't let me do it. It's too bad people can't talk back. It would be a lot easier for me. I was looking at a new wireless microphone for things just like this. And Rode microphone now has a wireless one, really compact, really nice, just an ounce. It's $200. Why do I want to spend $200 on a wireless microphone I'm going to use a couple of times a year, maybe more depending, but as good as the microphone is, $200 I could buy 3 air fryers for that price. So, not that I need more than the 7 I have. Some of you may not know I have 7, but I have 3 ovens and 4 regular air fryers. So, you know, I'm getting YouTube advertisements from some of the people I follow. Come on, show me my posts. Show me my... I was really hoping this camera mount would work out, but apparently it's not. Okay, I'm in the bike lane. Let me see if I can get this back. You know, I'm having a problem reading it because since this doesn't extend high, I have to tilt it back more, and it's bled out by the sun. So that basically means that you know, you can't read diddly squat. So even though this is a nice, awesome brace, it doesn't go high enough, and I don't think there's a way to adjust it in a way that's going to work for me. So I might have to go with a complicated solution. Take a different route here. Yep, I got this bike on sale, but it doesn't matter. I'm not happy with it. It's still brand new, but I'll never get my money back for it. I'd have to sell this first, take a 50% cut to buy one that's worth it. Wish I got the front suspension and the wider tires. I didn't think it'd be a big deal. That's the way my last bike was more like this one. But this is Massachusetts, and you can't drive more than 5 feet without hitting some sort of a pothole or, you know, some sort of road obstruction. I wonder if I could do something about that microphone noise. I could probably run this in portrait mode, and it might help, but this requires an Allen key or an Allen wrench to adjust, and of course it's at home. But oh well. So around here, I know I haven't asked this. I have a couple of requests from some long-time viewers. I think it was Dan, who was asking me to do air fryer fried pickles, and that is on my list. So again, even though I'm not eating, breaded items, I will eat some for video. I'm not going to have 10 pieces like I normally would, but I'll make them. I'm also working with a Kentucky Colonel seasoning keto version, so you'll get that same look, taste, and texture as regular Kentucky Colonel chicken in the air fryer, but keto / low carb. Also working on 2 alternative meatballs and meatloaf. And I think I mentioned it. One is incorporates like pork rinds, and the other one incorporates some other ingredients, which is not going to be mentioned on this video. But I would really like to hear newer requests. You can only fry chicken so many times in the air fryer on video, right? It used to be with different sauces, but now, like I said, I'm working on that Kentucky Colonel version. I've got my own hot sauce, although Sweet Baby Ray's makes a great wing sauce. The one I have that I make is even better. I'm also looking into alternative barbecue sauces. My brother has his own, thought up in his brain, keto ketchup, keto mayonnaise, because regular mayonnaise, just the ingredients aren't that great for you. So I'll be hopefully working with him to get some of that, because a tablespoon of like Heinz ketchup is like 5 grams of carbs. It's ridiculous. Keep it in mind, I have not worked out since going on keto. Probably 80%, well, the initial 100% was all no bread, no sugar, no starches. And that was hard because you really want them for starters, but also if you don't eat right during that stage, you're always hungry, which means you're eating all the time. And with keto, and a lot of these diets, you want to be able to fast. So this talk, and Lassie brought it up, we were talking, which check out his channel. He does, I think he said, it was an 18-6, which basically means you eat within a 6-hour period and you don't eat or fast for 18. So, maybe you have lunch at noon and dinner at 6, and that's a 6-hour span. So that would be an 18-6. And as you go on, you feel less and less hungry. And what's great about that, whoa, something just popped up on my screen. I'm going to pull over for a second. Oh, I have a geese in front of me here. My dog would love to be out here. He escaped the other day. For some Kiona, check out nuts.com for great space. Wow, Greg, that is fantastic and generous. I don't even know what to say. Thank you very much, and I am going to check out what you just linked me off to. Greg would be number 1, my first donation, it looked like. So thank you very much. That is much appreciated. I will put that towards the pot, towards the channel, as I always do. I'm not going to post this video on Facebook, but I have a giveaway planned, a couple of small items. I'll pay for everything, shipping, everything, but as the last time, it'll be United States only, but only in the continental U.S., no Alaska, no Hawaii, because shipping and other things become an issue. So I don't want to necessarily let it out of the bag. However, I am going to give away an air fryer basket, one like I have. However, this is a newer version. My bottom pan on my I keep saying Copper Chef, and that's not what I want to say. Gotham steel is still flawless. It's got a little scratches from the top stuff I put on top of it, but you just pour water on it. It still comes off. The top mesh has been great. However, I screwed it up. I decided to use it in the broiler in my Breville. And what ended up happening, it got so hot that the rim, not the wires going back and forth, got so hot and so warped, the coating flaked off. And I think Jack mentioned that video a couple months ago. He goes, hey, is that coming off? And I said, yep. And that's because I used it in the broiler. Not a good idea. Oh, hey, Dan, you're finally popping back out. Semi-custom bikes. Greg. You know, my first bike that I bought brand new, I bought from a place in, it was either Newton, I think. I worked at a place, my old boss, this was in 1985, I want to say, or maybe a little earlier. I bought a $220 bike. Well, 200 plus a couple of accessories. It was a Shogun 200, 12-speed, aluminum. That thing was awesome. I drove it everywhere, rode it everywhere, I should say. And I sold it to my cousin years later. And, you know, I looked at some other giant bikes in Cannondale because there's a Boston Bicycle nearby. But to get one the way I wanted it was like $500 starting. And I wasn't ready to commit because I didn't know, and I'm glad I didn't, because I'm going to be riding the bike less now. I'll be walking more with Buddy and for exercise. And the problem I have is I got this bike on sale for $170, and I was waiting for the more expensive one to go on sale. I didn't. That was, I think, $250, but it had everything else I wanted. Wider tires. You can raise the handle post, and had front suspension, probably junk. But yeah, you're right. If you want a good riding bike, you have to buy it. And a lot of these custom bike shops and bike shops, if they're local to you, they give you like free tune-ups for life or something. So basically, you know, something doesn't feel right, they'll adjust the bikes for you, whatever. I mean, maintenance is one thing. You know, if you need new brake cables, or, you know, this one has disc brakes front and rear. So for $170, you got like, you know, 20 something speeds, disc brakes front and rear, not oil filled or hydraulic, as they say. It's mechanical. However, it's still the same. Shimano shifters. These are these new ratcheting combo brake shifters, so it's very compact. So yeah, and Dan, I saw you posting, me to ignore you because you keep flashing, your comment keeps flashing up every once in a while. I have the link for 2 recipes I saw for fried pickles, and I was thinking doing it either 1, 2, or 3-way shootout between them. Maybe do both recipes and then combine what I think was the best of the 2 recipes based on what I like. Like one of them, I think, talked about adding grated cheese to the mix, and I'm like, okay, I like grated cheese, so I think, and I do that a lot in any of my mixtures of breadcrumbs or Kentucky kernel stuff. I add grated cheese to that because it has that good taste. You know, sometimes that nice saltiness to it, in my opinion, that I would love to mangle. All good. Enjoy your ride. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. Oh, Greg, you said I really want this thing to keep the messages on the screen, but they just disappear. I don't care if it's showing over my body. I'd rather read your comments, and this is not allowing me to do it. Let me see. I have 4 different tracks. Be happy to give one to you. Wow, that's would be generous, and I don't want to take advantage of my viewers. If anyone knows me, when I do these videos, I do it, you know, straight from heart. I tell you what I think. You know, GoWISE gave me an air fryer for free. I told you that. I told you what I liked, what I didn't like. I was honest. I don't know if they liked it, but they appreciated it. But I trashed their oven. You know, didn't get high marks. And I shoot them an email or text every once in a while. I don't hear back. I mean, I use the Breville and my regular GoWISE air fryer equal right now. And the reason I say that is because if I need to cook large batches of food, I'll do it in the Breville. And by large, I mean for the three of us. If I cook, you know, a meal for me, or me and one other person, my daughter and my wife, I use the air fryer. Air fryer, hands down, better than anything I've tested as far as ovens and the Breville. No matter how hard I try with the Breville, I can get it close, but I can't get it to cook like the air fryer. But it's got more versatility. And I've said this before, I believe Breville will release a smart oven air with Rotisserie. And when that happens, I am going to get rid of my GoWISE air fryer oven that I paid for in full. And if I can't sell it, although it'll cost a lot to ship, maybe someone would like a gently used GoWISE USA oven free to them when that time comes. Of course, I'd have to, in order to buy the new Breville, I'd have to hide away the old one. My wife, when she saw GoWISE, I have GoWISE support. I will say, to me, they have treated me very well, very respectfully, because my first oven I got, after having it for a little while, I noticed the shelves didn't sit even. And what it is there's aluminum or tin plates on each side with grooves for the shelves. They were uneven, like if one plate was a millimeter or two too high, so the shelves were all crooked. And like, oh no, it's the pan. I was like, no, and I sent them a close-up picture and everything, and they sent me a replacement. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now, I don't know if that's out of the ordinary, because I gave them over a year free videos, no cost to them. I basically advertised them. I could see how many people have watched my videos, of course, and I was getting 80,000 minutes a month on my GoWISE Kentucky Colonel video. 80,000 minutes. Every month. And that's just impressive. Now that video has dropped to like 30,000. And I think the reason why is you have all those people watching it during the holidays, like before Christmas and after Christmas. And any monies that, as little as it has been, I've earned through YouTube, I've put a lot of it back into the channel. And not everything goes to you guys, but I ran out of space on my brand new machine. So I had to go out and purchase a couple of 10 terabyte drives, because I don't delete everything. Got pictures from when I was a kid. My daughter was a baby. I would be heartbroken if I lost that stuff. So I have multiple backups, off-site, everything. But you need space, And storage isn't free. I really wish I had, instead of buying all these drives here and there, I had bought maybe a Synology 4-bay, 5-bay, but now the bigger drives are coming out, 10, 12, and I think 14 terabytes was recently announced. But you're talking $500 for the NAS, and then a lot of money for those drives. Speaking of the drives, Western Digital Element drives, they usually have dumbed down drives, like I think Western Digital calls them white drives, and they're NAS ready, but they throw them in these USB drives. So a lot of people are buying these certain models for like 150, 60 bucks on sale, instead of paying twice that, taking them out of the case, slapping them in the NAS, and they're into it for 1,500 bucks. But the NAS is great for some other reasons, because for me, it enables backup. I was thinking of a safe. Some safes have USB on them. So if it's a low enough power NAS, gotta pump up that pedal, then you can pop it in the safe. The safe will get warm, but I think it's fine as long as you're using 5,400 RPM drives. I did an article back in '85 about heat and how it affected machines long before anybody was. It was actually in the papers. One of the newspapers, one of the big newspapers, came and visited me and one of my friends at a competing computer shop, and we did articles on that. Now I just don't have the time for that kind of stuff, you know. Life gets in the way. But I can honestly say I work for a mom and pop shop. I've put together thousands, and I'm not lying, probably easily 3,000 machines by hand. You know, that was when nobody bought pre-built machines. Back then, popular was AT&T, ITT, Leading Edge, Amiga, you know, all those machines. IBM, of course. Forget IBM. Radio Shack, I worked there for 5 years. They did not treat me well at the end. After I worked 7 days a week, days and nights, apparently I didn't work enough hours. So Paul, and I didn't make enough sales, so Paul, my boss, called me on New Year's Eve, I think it was, and says, hey, don't come by. Sorry, we can't use you anymore. You're just not good enough or whatever. Keep in mind, I was the youngest employee in Radio Shack history at the time, and they couldn't ask me how old I was, other bosses, because it was discrimination. So I was the youngest employee, and since I didn't have to work that Sunday, went to my girlfriend's house, and a light was out in her hall. I accidentally bumped something. It fell in my hand. I shot it and cut the nerves in my hand. Don't have feeling in the tip of my finger on surgery, but still. But that was like a weird turning point. But first job at 11 and a half delivering papers. And at 14, I worked for MIL Electronics. Rode my bike to get my working papers. And actually before that, I worked for an alarm installer, Sprint Security. Wonderful guy, wonderful person. Treated me well, very respectfully. And I wish I could have worked for him more than the summer that I did, but I learned a lot. And then, you know, Radio Shack and MIL, I was always working 2 jobs, even when I was in high school. One place would close at 5. From there, I'd go to Radio Shack and work there. Then I said, hey, I can make money. Who didn't like money when they were a kid? That's how I was able to be there for over 12 years. Days, nights, weekends. And then I got another job, so I was working 2 in Boston, plus part-time at the computer place. I'm work-driven. My attitude is different than some people. I don't stop. I don't work, when I say 9 to 5, it's more like 6:30 to 5. But I'm not built to just put down. Someone needs help at work, day, night, weekend, holiday, I'm your guy. And they respect me for that. And they're very grateful, and I'm grateful for them. But I've been there now 21 years. And could I retire there? Maybe. I don't know. I hope it's someday I can win the lottery. And I'll get a house with a big kitchen and lots of air fryers, right? But I don't know of anybody who had a better work ethic than my father, what he did when we were younger. He is a tailor, and he does messes with and watches as well. But he used to work in Boston, then come home and make patterns for all the pattern makers and clothing companies, because, let's face it, there was no computer. I used to watch him from the top of the stairs, drawing out these patterns for all sizes, from 0 to whatever. And on these big sheets of like 4 foot by 8 foot oak tag, they called it back then, which is basically, you know, like manila folder type material, maybe thick. And he'd be out in the yard mowing the lawn. He'd have basically a suit on, minus the jacket, his dress shoes, his work dress pants, jacket, shirt, tie, sweater vest. You might get a kick. I gotta read that one. Slow down for a second. You might get a kick out of booger. Yes, I'm very familiar with booger. watch her all the time. Except now when I watch her, it's depressing because she's well, some community message popped up on YouTube. That's odd. It's depressing when I watch her because she's got all this carb-based food a lot lately. Well, always, because it's an air fryer, right? I think YouTube was warning me against something. I don't think I said anything bad. They're out to get me. So, yeah, Booger, I've been watching her for quite some time. I don't know if I found her by accident or through my Gadget Kitchen or Ivy the Happy Whisk. It was one of those three ladies. All three of them wonderful people. I think I communicate mostly right now. Oh, and also Christy's cooking channel as well. I communicate mostly now with, I think, Ivy overall. We shoot emails back and forth about how we're doing with videos and channels, and she's got a vlog. So all the people I mentioned: Ivy, My Gadget Kitchen, Christy's cooking channel, Booger, Kirby's Fish and Grill. You got Lassie out there, and Jack, friend Jack's always got my back. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but you know, and then obviously my regular viewers who don't have channels. I appreciate everybody's support. I told my wife I was going out for a 2-minute ride to test the changes I made on the, you know, the gearing and everything, but that was about 32 minutes ago. It goes that 2 minutes. I went up this street the other day. I never went up there before, and I got lost. I wasn't sure where I was. Sorry, I wasn't getting a little ready. And just because I wasn't paying attention, I was like, "Well, how do I get back home?" And that's when my butt started getting sore from riding. And I was like, I hope I find out where the hell I am soon, because my video got cut short last time because battery was dead. And this battery's down to about 20-30%. It was almost fully charged when I left, but hey, live video and cell signal, they're a battery drainer. I could strap my external battery pack on this, but I also wasn't expecting to do a 30-minute video. Again, I promise to, you know, take care of some of the requests. Like Dan, I was talking about the fried pickles. I have every intention. I think I go through a couple of jars of BJ size pickles every week or close to that. And it's getting close to that time, Dan, to work on those fried pickles. And I just want to perfect my keto version first, because I'm going to eat the breaded versions as well as a thing. I'll sacrifice the carbs. I haven't cheated on my diet except for 2 slivers of cake, one for my anniversary and one for my daughter's birthday. And I'll have a beer here and there. But I say cheating. My brother says don't call it cheating, because you know the next day you're going back. It's just sometimes it's what you need to do. You know, he doesn't do it, but he's also been on keto for a year and a half, best health of his life, and I'm hoping to get that way too. So, you got so many speeds, Greg. The derailleur, it's like when you're in high gear, you can't use the certain rear gears in there, and when you're in the low gear, you can't use the small one because it rubs either way. And I don't know if this derailleur was damaged, because it's a Walmart bike, of course. However, I think that's by design, because they figure if if the front cog is in a very low gear, number gear, why would you be using a low in the back? You know, maybe I'm just expecting too much from Walmart bike. But the 2 bike channels I watch: Seth's Bike Hacks, and then another guy I watch all the time. He does mountain biking, mountain trails and all that. But you know, I finally, it's weird, not weird, because I've been warm my whole life. I'm never cold. But since re-dieting, I started getting cold for the first time in my life. and especially since Walking Buddy. Remember to guard your privacy. Okay, Walking Buddy. You know, with the windies, I've been wearing, you know, a jacket and pants. That sounds odd. I'm wearing pants. So I think I've become accustomed to being warmer. Blood's getting thinner. So I gotta go back and tough it out. Maybe go stand in a freezer at the liquor store for a little while to build up my tolerance again, right? No, I don't drink a lot. A beer here and there. Especially since, you know, we had our daughter. We don't go out to drink anymore. If I have a beer, it's at home. My baby girl comes first. Alright, let's kick this down. Getting into my driveway. Greg, thank you very much. Dan, thank you. I'll be working on that. There was someone else on here. I'm going to scroll through my messages now that I'm stopped. Yeah, it was Greg, Dan, Susan, or Chicky, see your Facebook. I refuse to use. Okay, I got you, Greg. Hey, Kate, I am so sorry. I knew I saw something from you, but I couldn't. It's still very nice, your video. I know you're friendly. Hey, thanks. Hi, Kay. I appreciate that. Again, from all of you, I thank you very much. And I'm getting hit by the little buggies because I'm around the bushes here. So I like to come out during this weather. Oops. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching. I'll have a video soon on what I'm giving away and some other things, because I did hit 5,000 subs. It like occurred overnight kind of thing. I like went up 100 users pretty quickly, subscribers. But I really want my subscriber base to come back, because I think my viewership since December has dropped off by 2-3-fold, and that's obviously my fault, simply because I haven't been on much lately, because you know, instead of doing 4 to 8 videos a month, I'm doing barely 1 a month now, just because everything's so busy, and work's getting very, very busy now, and I got yard work to do if I can get to do it sometime. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate you all. I will talk to you really soon. Thank you again. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have an awesome weekend. Take care.